In this two-part series, we're tackling paper 3, question 2 from the May-June 2023 exam. In part 1, we looked at how to understand the question, analyse the transcript, and plan your essay step by step. If you missed that, check the link in the description below. It's the foundation for everything we're doing here. The topic, child language acquisition. Yep, the one with toddlers, tangents, and theories. If you've ever stared at a transcript full of baby talk and thought, what am I supposed to do with this? Don't worry, this video is your guide to turning all that adorable chaos into a clear, exam-ready essay. Let's jump right in. First, we look at Ella's mum, who uses classic features of child-directed speech like rising intonation, "Did we go to the beach?" and recasting, in other words, correcting cock-a-doo-doo to cock-a-doodle-doo. These aren't just nice parenting moves, they're structured strategies. According to Bruner's Language Acquisition Support System, or LASS, caregivers provide the scaffolding children need to build their language skills. They repeat, expand and prompt, and then step back, like when mum says, "You talk to Nanny and Grandpa," giving Ella space to lead. That's Bruner's theory in action, showing how social interaction directly shapes development. Now, let's look at Ella's speech. She's in transition from the holophrastic stage into the early telegraphic stage. She says single words like bucket, which act as holophrases, but she also constructs more complex utterances like had little boy ball and wanna have it back now. These are classic examples of telegraphic speech, where grammatical function words like auxiliaries or articles are omitted, but the meaning is still very clear. This supports Chomsky's theory of the language acquisition device, or LAD. Chomsky argued that children are born with an innate ability to learn language. The fact that Ella's word order makes sense, even when incomplete, shows she's not copying but internalising grammar rules. According to Chomsky, the LAD is a universal mental structure that helps children identify patterns in speech and generate grammatically structured sentences, even when their language is still developing. Next, let's talk phonology. Ella simplifies complex sounds by saying bade instead of spade and gampa for grandpa. She's substituting and deleting consonants, which is completely normal in early speech development. She also says caking instead of cooking, which appears to be an overextension, using a word she already knows in a broader context. Chomsky would say this is more proof that she's applying internal logic to language. The idea of virtuous errors comes in here, mistakes that aren't really mistakes, just signs that a child is over-applying the rules they're learning, like thinking every action word ends in ing. These aren't random, they're logical missteps from a mind that's actively building a language system. Now let's look at symbolic play. When Ella waves and says, "Hi Grandpa and Nanny," she's using what Halliday calls the interactional function, language to build social relationships. Then she plays with a hair clip and says, "Mummy's caking," using imaginative language to represent an action. Repeating, "Put it in there," while trying to place the clip into a cup shows heuristic or imaginative function, using language to explore the world. This fits with Piaget's preoperational stage, where children begin to use symbols and language in imaginative ways. Piaget believed that children develop understanding through symbolic play, representing actions or relationships with words. And Vygotsky would say that this is where social and private speech overlap. Ella's earlier interaction with her mum helps her take the lead. For Vygotsky, private speech is a bridge to thought, especially when children are playing, experimenting, or problem solving. It helps them regulate their behaviour and develop independence. We also see narrative skills emerging. When Ella recalls a moment and says, "Wanna have it back now?" referring to a child who took a ball, she's constructing a simple story from memory. Piaget would say this shows she's forming internal schemas and developing cognitive structures for time and sequence. Vygotsky, again, would point to the scaffolding Mum provides, with prompts like, "What did we do yesterday?" which support Ella's ability to recall and organise past events. That's language being used for higher order thinking. So overall, Ella's language development is full of rich, analysable moments, from grammar and phonology to play and storytelling, and every one of them links back to the theories we've covered: Bruner's social scaffolding, Chomsky's innate rule building, Halliday's functional language, Piaget's symbolic cognition, and Vygotsky's social learning. Before we wrap up, let's look at one key paragraph, the one about grammar and Chomsky. It begins with a feature, telegraphic speech. Then it includes a quote, "Had little boy ball?" Next, it explains what this shows, that she's omitting function words but still conveying clear meaning. Then it links to theory, Chomsky's LAD, and even includes how the theory explains the behaviour. That's what your paragraphs should look like: clear, structured, supported. For the full downloadable essay, check the description box. You can download the complete essay text from there. Now go write yours. You've got this. And that wraps up part 2. If this helped, give it a like, leave a comment if you've got questions, and don't forget to subscribe to the A-Level English Guide for more walkthroughs, model answers, and study support as you prep for the big day. Good luck!